Annie slipped off her shoe. She dropped it into the water and stirred it around. Then she brought the coffee she had just made over to the passenger. A second later, the passenger dumped the coffee all over Annie. The scalding liquid burned her, but Annie didn't dare say a word. After all, the woman was a princess of the nation. When the princess noticed the ring on Annie's hand, she became furious. She demanded Annie take it off immediately. In her eyes, a commoner didn't deserve something so valuable. Holding a grudge, Annie decided to strike first. At lunch, she intentionally brought out a bowl of seafood noodles. She deliberately picked out a large shrimp. She knew the princess had a severe seafood allergy. Sure enough, coughing quickly echoed through the cabin. Hearing it, Annie rushed over to check. She was shocked to see the princess's face covered in red rashes. Annie hadn't expected it to be that bad. The next day when she came to work, she saw on the news that the princess had died. Because she was a member of the royal family, her body had to be sent home immediately. Before she died, the princess had specifically named Annie to escort her. When Annie learned she would be escorting the body, she couldn't refuse even as a commoner. But right after takeoff, the plane hit turbulence. The princess's body began to shift. It suddenly slid quickly toward Annie. Terrified, Annie froze. After calming down, she forced herself to pull the princess back. She tied the body tightly in place with rope. Back in her seat, Annie tried to take a nap, but as soon as she closed her eyes, she heard strange noises around her. She felt weight on her chest, looked down, and jolted awake. Thankfully, it was only a dream. Shaken, Annie reached for some water to calm herself. That's when she realized the princess's body was gone. She hurried to tell the captain, but he didn't believe her. Suddenly, a cough came from the bathroom. When she carefully opened the door, there was no one inside. Just as she was catching her breath, the plane began shaking violently. The lights went out. Annie tried to leave, but the bathroom door wouldn't open. At the last moment, she managed to escape. She banged on the cockpit door begging for help. The captain glanced at her, then ignored her. Desperate, she pounded on the glass window. That finally got the captain to come out. But instead of helping, he tied her up. He bound her right across from the princess's body. Annie burst into tears. Then a cough echoed again. The princess's body slowly began to move. The cloth over her head slid off. At that moment, the plane landed at its destination. The royal bodyguards boarded and were met with a horrifying sight.